Good evening, traders. It's Eddie here from TradeView. Welcome to tonight's webinar. Thanks, as always, to IC Markets for having us present the webinars. We really enjoy being able to share some of the trading knowledge with you guys out there. Tonight's webinar is pretty jam-packed, so I'll get straight into it. I've got a lot of things to show you guys. Some swing trading, some automated swing trading, and a few other bits and pieces. So let's get into it. Of course, what all you guys have signed up for is the swing trading webinar. Now guys, with swing trading, entries are key, as per the subtitle. So we're going to talk about entries for sure as part of tonight's webinar. We're going to show you different types of entries you can take for swing trades, as well as some day trades as well. Now, before we get into the webinar, just need to let you know that this is our risk warning. This presentation is provided for information purposes only, and it should not be regarded as financial product advice. For those of you who don't know us a little bit about TradeView, we're a proprietary held prop trading firm, and this is our 7th year of operation. I've been with the business for 6 years, and I've seen it grow into what it is now. We've literally just moved into a huge office here on St Kilda Road, so we've grown quite a bit in the 7 years. We've got 9 traders on the trading desk, plus some other staff, some developers and things like that. And we develop some other tools, which you'll probably get to see later on. We trade all different products, including Forex, stock indices, futures, equities, and money markets across the globe. And what we are is we're a systematic trading firm. So that means that we follow a strict set of mechanical rules with our trades. And you're going to get a taste of that in tonight's webinar as well. Also, we trade over 50 different proprietary trading strategies. We'll talk a little bit about diversification in strategies and portfolios during this webinar. I'll touch on it. All right, just a bit about me. I started trading in 2013. When I started trading, I didn't really know what I was doing. I just wanted to trade and make money from the markets, but I didn't really know how to do it. What I really wanted to do was trade at a trading firm. Obviously, I wanted to learn how to make money for myself, but I really wanted to be able to trade at a firm and trade other people's money as well. I was lucky enough to get introduced to Rob here, who's the owner of the business, and he was the head trader. Now one of the guys who's come through the program, Ali, is the head of trading. And I learned how to build automated trading systems. Back in 2013, I was interested in building automated systems. I just figured that anything that you could do manually by sitting in front of the computer could probably be automated. And now I'm here at TradeView full-time building systems. All right, now we try and keep these webinars fairly interactive, so I'd just like to know a little bit about you guys so I can tailor the presentation a bit as well. So you guys can write in the chat. Just tell me, how long have you guys been trading for? Say from 6 months, 12 months, or over 12 months? All right, 8 years. Alexander's there. G'day, Alexander. Over 12 months for Timo. Timo, how you doing? Good to have you here. Vincent, less than 12 months. Stephen, over 12 months. We saw Stephen yesterday, actually. He's a client of ours. Gordon says 6 years. I won't read out the rest, but between you and me, we can do something about that. All right. 28 months. Over a year for Clive. All right, so we've got quite a few people on here tonight, so I won't be able to get through everybody, but general consensus is sort of over a year. So fantastic. Look, no matter how long you've been trading for, I think you're definitely going to be able to get something out of this webinar. Who here is already an automated trader? So like I said, we're an automated trading firm. Who here is already trading automated? Yeah, Alexander is. Fantastic. Damith for 5 years. Timo, I know Timo's working on it. Matt, yes. All right. Steve, yes. Mark Wang, I hope I said that right, is a manual trader. Okay, you know what? Most of the people there said that they are automated traders. Fantastic. Again, look, when I started, not that many people were automating, but now I would say it's more common that people are automating. Mark Wang says, I just don't know how to automate my system. Well, we're definitely going to be able to show you some of that tonight. Fantastic. See, you're definitely going to get something out of this webinar. Who here is facing or has faced some challenges in their trading? And if so, what are they? Don't be shy. All right, we've got a lack of confidence, consistency, entries, got a problem with profit, not able to get consistent outcomes. Okay, there's quite a few answers there. Patience. All right, pretty similar sort of stuff. I think probably the key word there is consistency, fear of losses. Yep, mostly related to stop losses, consistent profits. There's no holy grail, says Alexander. Absolutely, emotions, patience, and consistency. All right, yeah, I think the big one there is definitely consistency. All right. We'll see if we can help with that. I think what happens is once you start automating, you're going to find that your trading becomes a lot more consistent. We'll sort of touch on that again tonight. Why did you come to this webinar? So what was it you were specifically looking for? Let me know, and we'll see if we can answer some of that stuff tonight. For swing trading, yep, absolutely. Because I like you guys. Thanks, Alexander. Entries, identifying supply zones, stop losses, doesn't want to trade small time frames anymore, really wants to keep on learning. Fantastic, Greg, that's what we like. Mark Wang considers himself or herself a swing trader. Okay. Some people want to learn about swing trading, and Timo wants to see other views of the markets. Fantastic. All right. Well, what we're going to cover tonight is we're going to cover day trading versus swing trading, so which is best. Analyzing market turning points for swing trading entries. We're going to have a look at how we find some of those turning points and how we can actually use them to trade. How, when, and why to exit a swing trade. And that's what we all want to know. I think that covered some of the questions before. Swing trading automation. We're actually going to automate a swing trading model. As I said, we're an automated trading firm. So everything we do, we'll show you sort of what the rules are and the idea behind the trade. But what we do is we actually automate them here. And then we're going to show you some swing trading strategy that you can trade yourself and build yourself if you've got the right tools. Also, we've got a special offer and a special guest. So hopefully we can get a special guest very near to the end. I don't want to say too much. Basically, what you're going to have to do, you're going to have to stay tuned until the end. You definitely don't want to miss it. There's a special offer as well for all you guys who said you wanted to build automated trading systems, or you'd like some help with consistency. You definitely want to see the special offer. I can actually tell you that this is a very, very special offer. So definitely need to hang around to the end, and again to see our special guest. All right, what we're doing in this webinar series is we're going to build upon what we learned in a previous webinar, which was pattern trading. So we're going to look at some patterns. We're going to involve a special guest, Larry Pesavento. So he's in the main event. So what we're doing is we're talking about pattern trading and swing trading during this webinar and the previous webinar. And we've got a main event webinar on the 13th of March, which we'll talk about a bit later on. But a special guest trader, renowned trader Larry Pesavento is going to be presenting at the main event. So it's a special 2-hour webinar, so you won't want to miss out on that one. And then what we're going to do is we're going to look at some of the patterns that have brought Larry success. and automate one of Larry's strategies. So most of this is in the main event, which we'll talk about later. And if you come to the main event, we're going to provide you a pattern recognition indicator that we've built. And I haven't seen an automated indicator like the one we've built and that we use out there on the internet. I did a bit of a Google, so you're definitely going to want to come to the main event, especially for that as well. We'll talk about that event later. All right, let's get into it. So day trading versus swing trading, what is best? So guys, tell me what's better, day trading or swing trading? Who's a day trader and who's a swing trader? Ronan is both. Timo, swing trader. Alexander, swing trader. All right, Drew is a swing trader. Steven, swing trader. Stevie G's a wave trader. Okay, that's neither of them. All right, Langello says definitely a swing trader. It's less stressful. We actually probably touch on that a little bit as well. Andrew, swing trader, so I can have a life. All right, Greg, I want to be a swing trader to get more time to do other things. Fantastic. We're seeing a lot of commonalities here, which is great. Look, whether you're a swing trader or a day trader, when you start to automate, you do get a lot of time back. So it's not really going to make too much difference in terms of time once you're able to automate some of those trading ideas, which is what we do. Manually though, swing trader probably give you a little bit more time. Let's have a look at some of the features of different styles of trading. So with day trading, there's many different styles of day trading, but with day trading, it's called day trading because the positions must be opened and closed within the same day. So guys, tell me, what are some of the day trading styles that you know? All right, we've got a lot of people there. Okay, scalping, open range, breakout. All right, supply and demand, gap fade. All right, sorry, there's a lot of people posting there. All right, one sec. News trading, price action. All right. Alexander says he disagrees with whoever said supply and demand. He thinks that's more swing trading. Volume trading, astro trading. All right. Okay. Breakouts, time biases, fantastic. Okay. Basically, we might touch on some of those, by the way, coming up in a little bit. Some of the features of day trading is there's no overnight risk because basically you're closing out the positions intraday. So opening positions and then closing them out intraday. And the risk per trade can be substantially smaller versus other styles. So you might be able to take more trades with a lower risk because you're in and out many times during the day, whereas with swing trading, they tend to be open for a little bit longer. We take probably hundreds to thousands of trades per day because we're automated and we trade over 50 different models. Also, with day trading, there's a potential to win and lose quicker because you're in and out of the trades quicker. This one I always think is interesting. You become an active participant of the markets. So you end up being very engaged in the markets, always looking at the markets, always looking for opportunities to trade. You're very involved. Who sees themselves like that? Very involved in front of the computer, watching the computer all the time, looking for different opportunities. Yep, quite a few people there. All right, fantastic. I know that's a lot of people. Once you get started, you pretty much can't stop. So you become an active participant in the market. And being a day trader, you can take advantage of shock or news events. So we don't specifically trade the news, but that is something potentially you could do. With longer-term trading, you're probably not going to be in front of the computer to do that. Now, next up, I've just got an interesting quote regarding the second point I have there, being an active participant. And I heard this on a podcast the other day, and I looked it up for this webinar. It is this. And I agree with this 100%. So it says, I'm always trying to think of ways to make something more efficient. If I have to do something once, that's fine. If I have to do it twice, I'm kind of annoyed. And if I have to do it 3 times, then I'm going to try to automate it. Okay, so the guy that said that, he was the CEO of a company called Shopify that make online shopping carts. But basically, he's a programmer, and the reason that they've been so successful is he's always trying to find ways to automate all the processes, because there's no point, repeating the same thing and doing it manually over and over and over again if it's something that can be automated. So who agrees with that? Or let me ask you a question, who would rather sit in front of the computer and repeat the same thing, or who would rather automate it? Yeah, most people would rather automate it. Fantastic. We're all on the same page. All right, let's have a look at some day trading examples. So we've got a chart here. What kind of day trading system do you think this might be? What we'll do is we'll just cover a few day trading examples, so you can see some of the commonalities and perhaps some of the differences between day trading and swing trading. All right, no one's really willing to have a guess at what this could be. It's funny, isn't it, when you see a chart like that? There's definitely many opportunities. All right. Mark Wang says no automatic system can profit for a long time. Look, we run many different models. They don't always work forever. In fact, they all probably will break down at some stage, but we've definitely been able to do it pretty successfully for, our 7th or 8th year, so for quite some time. Okay, so breakout, says Andrew. Swing, says Drew. And the answer is, this is a breakout system. Well done to Andrew. Okay, so some of the features of this type of a system, this is a day trading system, and all these I took from 5-minute charts. What we're looking for here is we're looking for a break of a key level, so you can define that however you want. Here's basically here actually got rejected, and then here is the break. So either you can take this type of a trade off a key level on this close above the level, or you can wait until you get a bar that closes above the previous bar, like this bar here, for more confirmation. And generally what you do with this type of a breakout system is you would set your profit target based on the previous intraday moves. So we're not trying to hold on to this one. In a day trading system, what we're strictly trying to do is get in and out on the same day. So there's many ways you could do that. You could set a profit target that's within the intraday range, or you could trail your stops up underneath each bar as we go up. So something like that is what we're trying to do in a day trading type system. Okay. Next example. All right. Who wants to have a guess at what this one is? All right. Mean reversion, says somebody. Reversal, trend change, reversal, crossover. All right. There's a few options there. Trend following. Okay, it's interesting, isn't it? Like I said, so this one I think was taken from a minute chart, if that's going to give you any hint. And also, I think somebody mentioned it before, so if anyone wants to have another guess, you're welcome. What this one is, it's a scalping strategy. Okay, so like I said, this one's taken from a 1-minute chart, but you could probably scalp on a 5-minute chart as well. What we're looking for in this kind of scenario is very simple. We've got a moving average, and we're looking for a certain amount of bars below the moving average. So we're in some kind of a trend. We haven't really changed direction. So I just circled these here because it was all I could do with the circle. But it might be 10 bars or 20 bars or 30 bars or something like that. You can build systems and test it and find out. And then what we're looking for is after we've had, say, 20 bars below the moving average, we're looking for a bar to close up above it. Or even just break it if you're on the smaller time frame. And then we're looking to take a few points out of either this bar or waiting for it to close, and then these next couple of bars, and setting our stop loss down here underneath where we enter. So that's a scalping system. We're literally in and out within one bar. So if that's a minute bar, we might be in the trade for maybe 1 to 2 minutes. Or if it's a 5-minute bar, we might be out within that 5-minute bar. Okay, so that's a scalping system, a day trading system. So some other features as well, we do this on a low time frame, so like I said, M1 or M5, and we want to keep tight stops on a scalping system because we're not really looking for much profit. We're looking to maybe cross the spread and take a couple of points. and then we want to get out of the trade. So what that means is you're going to need to have a high win rate, and you don't want to get stopped out obviously very often with this type of strategy. There's not too much room for error. All right, we've got one more day trading example just in this little section about day trading versus swing trading. What do you guys think this one is? I think it's a breakout. Someone says it's a mean reversion. All right, what this one is here, it's a pullback system. Okay, so basically what this is we're looking for a pullback to a trend line. So we can see that we've got our trend line here, and then we're looking, so that would have been drawn after this section here. Then what we're looking for is we're looking for basically the bar to touch and then reject the level, and then we want to enter on that next bar, setting our stop down here. This would have been quite a good one. So that's a pullback system. All right, Greg says there, channel breakout. I might actually be onto something somewhere for tonight. People are very switched on tonight. Very good. Okay, so that's another day trading example. Again, in this example, we're going to have a tight stop. This is going to be on, this was from a 5-minute chart, and we would want to get out after we get this pop here. That's it, we're done, we're out. You don't have to hold it overnight, and you've been able to make some points intraday. Okay, so that's day trading. Now, the reason we wanted to bring up day trading versus swing trading is because they really are, in some ways, very opposite, in that day trading is very short term and swing trading is holding the trades for a little bit longer. But there are also a lot of commonalities. A lot of the systems that we trade as day trading systems, we can also use the similar idea for entries in swing trading. So let's have a look now at swing trading, some of the features of swing trading. Swing trading is often simpler than day trading because positions can be held from anywhere from a couple of days to weeks. All right. So as everybody said earlier, the reason they liked swing trading is because they don't have to be in front of the computer so much, and you don't have to. I think the words were they want to have a life, so you don't have to be in front of the computer as much. With day trading, you need to be there. It gives you more time to analyze the markets, and it also allows for multiple styles of trading. So you can build momentum style swing trading systems, mean reversion style swing trading systems, so on and so forth. Swing trading strategies generally carry a good risk to reward and or win to loss ratio. You're going to see why as we go through and we sort of have a look at some of these strategies. And they don't require long periods of screen time, as we said. But the one thing that does happen with swing trading is you are susceptible to wild swings and overnight risk because you are holding the trades overnight and potentially for a period of days or weeks. Whereas again, with day trading, you don't have to do that. You're in and out during the day. So it's up to you guys what you prefer doing. Both are great styles of trading and both have their pros and cons. All right, so here's a swing trading example. So who was it that said before? I can't remember now. I think it might have been Greg. Greg said this is a channel. Well, he was looking for a channel breakout, but this one's actually a channel reversal. So this is an example of a swing trading system. So what we're looking for here in this system, and this is a very simple one to trade, is we're looking for price to trade within a channel. As you can see, it's happening here. This is a downtrending channel, but you can also do it in a more sideways period of consolidation. And the main thing is that we are basically between a channel and we're bouncing off one side or the other. And what we're looking for is we're looking for a rejection of the channel. So what is a rejection? Basically that is this here. We've tried to break higher and then we've closed back below the channel again. And what we're going to do is we're going to set our profit target. There's many different ways that you can do this, and we'll talk about this a little bit later. But we're going to set our profit target at about 75% of the range of this channel. And the reason that we're going to do that is you'll see that often, even on the way back up, it doesn't meet both sides of the channel. So we really want to, with swing trading, get in make some money, and then get out before the market reverses again. So maybe even 50 to 75% is probably a good trade. As we were talking about before, swing trading has really good risk to reward ratios, because what you're going to do, you're going to enter the trade here on the close of this bar here, and we're going to set our stops up here above the highs. So we can see that we've got a low risk compared to the reward there. So all that stuff you can calculate. You can calculate when you build and automate your systems as well. So that's one example, a channel reversal. Who's traded something like this? I know quite a few people there. And yes, somebody asked there what time frame. This one here is on the daily. So we're only looking at dailies here for the swing trading. Although I did run some of these systems on the 4 hour, and it did perform well as well. Probably wouldn't want to go any less than 4 hour systems. All right, Josie, how you doing? Josie trades some models like this. Fantastic. All right, this one I didn't even get a chance to ask you what it is, but it's fading. So this is a different type of swing trading. And what we're looking for in this model is we're looking for a strong move into resistance. And the resistance is found here at this level. And again, we're looking for a rejection, and even better still, a close below the bar, the previous bar here. So we'll go back one. So it's this bar here. We've tried to break this level. We've actually closed above, but on the next day, we've closed well below. So that's a good opportunity to fade the market with a tight stop up here and a profit target. I'll show you. Again, let's call it, you can either do 75% of the range. So the range would be this bit here. Or you can basically aim for somewhere around this area here. All right, as Drew said, a bearish engulfing. Fantastic. So you can see here from these examples, there's a couple of different ways we've shown you already to do swing trading. And really what you're looking for is you're looking for those entry points. All right. So some key things about swing trading entries. Often what they are is they're a bounce off or a rejection of some type of level. You can enter off the bar that bounces, or you can wait one more for confirmation. And what it is as well is it's really trying to pick sort of short-term tops and bottoms potentially in the trend. Okay, so what happens is you can see here, oops, we're really trying to pick a top in this scenario, but when we're doing that, we've got a low risk because we're setting a tight stop up here, and we've got at least 2 to 3 times potential for reward. So we are trying to pick top or bottom, but we're able to get out very quickly if we are wrong. All right, so swing trading exits. Again, you can exit at previous highs or lows. Or going into previous highs or lows. So the previous highs or lows, we'll go back, sorry about that. The previous highs or lows could be around here, or going into the previous highs or lows, so somewhere around here. Or once the previous highs and lows are broken, so you could wait for a test of those highs or lows. Also, some people use Fibonacci levels, so retracements and extensions. So say 50% of the move, 75% of the move, or 50 is technically not a Fibonacci number, but different Fibonacci numbers of the move. Also, the other thing you can do is trail stops. I'll just go back one more. Trailing stops is something that I do in some of my models. What you can do is when you actually enter, one of the ways I like to do it is when you get a bar that closes below the low of the previous bar, you can just trail to the high of that bar. So in that case, you'd go there, 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 and there. Okay, and then you can use that in conjunction with your profit target. So there's nothing wrong with having a profit target here and then also trailing the stops down. So your trailing stop would end up there, but you would actually take profit here. So that's one thing that I like to do that you can use in your models. All right, so automation. building a swing trading model. And what we're going to do now is, this is my favorite part, we're actually going to show you how to build an automated swing trading model. As we said, we are an automated trading firm, so this is what we do on a daily basis. So you're going to get a real insight into how we actually build and develop systems. Well, let's have a look first at what this strategy is, and then we'll build it live for you, and we'll actually test it and show you some of the results. Look, this is just a basic example, so we'll get some good results, but we haven't really put too much time into it. But let's have a look. All right, so what we've got here is really what we're looking for is we're looking for those turning points. And that's what swing trading is. So there's many ways you can do that. One simple way you can do that is just with Bollinger Bands. That obviously you're going to find on MT4, but of course you can use other indicators, or you can use different types of price action. You can automate that as well. In the strategy that we're going to show you tonight, it's a reversal strategy, and what we're going to be doing is we're going to be looking for a low below the lower band, and then a close above the lower band, and then we're looking for a close above the previous high. So let's just look at that again. So what we've got here is we've got a low below the lower band, then we've got a close above the lower band, which is here, and this close is also above the previous high. So we would enter on this bar here. What we're looking for is we're just looking for some kind of a signal that the market has reversed, that there's been a turning point, and this is a way that I find really useful. Also, we've actually got the conditions met here because we've got the close, we've got the low below the lower band, and then on the next bar we've got the close above the lower band, and we've also got a close above the previous high. So technically we would enter on this bar and on this one here. There would be two entries there in this system. Then what we're going to do, just to keep things simple for tonight, we're going to keep that profit target at about 75% of the range. You can do it as a fixed number of points. You can do it at the middle band. It's really up to you. You can try and test different things. The middle band is probably around about 75% of the range usually as well. So you can definitely do that. All right. Oops, before we get into that, let's actually go and build it now. So I'm going to pop up on the screen EA Lab. So EA Lab is a tool that we've built, and this is what we use for automating models. Okay, so everything we do on a daily basis, we come up with an idea, like some of the ideas that I've shown you tonight, and then what we do is we take that idea and then we go and build it, and we test it out and we find out whether it's got any potential to make money. If it does, then we'll trade it. If it doesn't have potential to make money, then guess what? We're not going to trade it. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to build up those rules step by step that we had before. So those rules again, I'll just pop them up quickly. So we want a low to be below the lower band, the close of the next bar to be above the lower band, and that bar that closes above, it also needs to close above the previous high. Now what we're going to do in this one, just to keep it simple, we're just going to set a fixed amount of points profit, but it would have been around about 75% of the range anyway. Okay, so but we can also build the 75% if we want. We'll just keep it simple for the demonstration though. So remember those rules if you can, and we'll go ahead and build it. Okay, and just to give you guys an idea, I don't know whether you'll find this easy or difficult. It depends on your level of building and your experience. But look, if you couldn't build something like this, or you feel like this would be too difficult, basically in the programs that we do, I reckon we could get building something like this in, I would probably say, under a week. Okay, once you sort of get the hang of it. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to say that we're going to say that if the bar low, so this is the bar low 2 bars ago, is less than the Bollinger Band. We want the lower band. We can pop that in from here. So this stuff, guys, I build every day, but when I started, I couldn't build at all. So it is pretty easy for me now. I'm going to use a 40 period. But at the start, it took a little bit to get used to, but now I can build quite quickly. And by the way, I can't do any programming. So this tool is fantastic because it allows you to build your automated trading systems without having to code. Thanks to Alexander. He says, there's always people here who correct the mistakes. I get a Nervous under pressure building, so it should be the bar low. He's right. So the bar low, 2 bars back, is less than the bands 2 bars back. Now the really great thing about EA Lab is once you've sort of built some things you're going to use again, you can just duplicate them. So the next rule was that the bar close of the next bar is greater than that band. And then the next rule, so it's pretty quick, isn't it, once you just start duplicating it? The bar close is greater than the bar high of the previous bar. And if those conditions are met, then what we're going to do is we're going to buy. These are just the standard EA Lab settings. Take profit of 50, and just as a default, it sets your stop loss to the low of the bar that's just occurred. So I'll show you what that looks like. That means what we're going to do is we're going to be entering on this bar here, and our stop loss is going to be below here. Okay, so we're not, like we said earlier, it's a really good risk to reward play. We're going to have a reasonably tight stop loss. If we're wrong and the market actually does come off, then we're going to be out of the trade. If we're right, we're going to try and take profit around about 75% of this previous range or thereabouts. So we've built the buy side there, and then it's very simple to build the sell side. We just duplicate it, and we basically need to reverse everything. So we use the sell block instead, and then instead of the bar low, we say the bar high, and it has to be greater than the upper band. And the bar close needs to be less than the upper band. And the bar close needs to be less than the low, and actually this should be high. Did anyone see that? All right, I think there we go. I think it's probably what Andrew was talking about. All right, cool. I think that's all right. If there's any mistakes, I do apologize, but you do get the idea. So basically, that's that entire strategy built. So what that is there that we built in about 3 minutes is actually this strategy here. It's this swing trading strategy here using the Bollinger Bands. So what we do, once we've actually built this, we click this button and download it. I've already downloaded this one in case I made any mistakes building it tonight live in front of you. But if you're a programmer and you want the code or access to it, you actually get the code. So here's all the code here. You can download it, and it's a file that you can edit yourself if you want to. I don't know how to read code, so I don't really bother. I just build the models here in EA Lab, and then just download them and trade them. Okay, we've got some questions there. Okay. All right, what have we got? Some people said, how do we get access to EA Lab? I'll tell you guys about it a little bit later. All right, excellent. So the exit on this one, someone had a question about the exit. The exit is actually very simple, just a simple take profit of 50 points. We're not going to do 75% of the range, just because it take a little bit longer to build. And the exit as the stop loss is just the previous bar. Okay, but you can do the 75%. We can show you guys if your clients. All right, so that's the build there. So what we do once we build it, we download it, and then we can put it into our MT4 terminal. And what we can do is we can actually run a test. So I just left it at the defaults, which was a stop loss of a take profit, of 50. And I actually think that 50 is probably, just by judging the sort of ranges, I think 50 is probably around about the right number. It might not be the best, but I think that might work. So what I'll do is I'm going to test it. I've got data, I think, in here from about 2010. And now remember, with swing trading, it won't tend to take a lot of trades compared to your day trading systems, but it should take a good number. So I'll run that through now. Actually, first what I'll do is I'll run it in visual mode, and you can see it place the trade. So I'll make it, you guys probably like candles. So you can see here what's happened. We've touched this. We've actually had we've had here the bar. Let's have a look. So we've had on this one will probably be just above the bands. That's why it's happened. So we had the bar high above the band, and we've closed below the low. And then on this next bar we've entered, but we've got stopped out on this one. Our stop was set to here, and we've lost on this trade. Okay, then we've got a similar scenario to what we had before. So we've got the bar low below, and then we've got the high above the bands and above this high, so we've entered here. The condition's been met here as well, and here's our take profits, and we've taken profit on those trades. So we can actually follow that along and we can see what the equity curve's looking like. I'll run a couple more through visually so you can see. So there's a loser, there's another loser, there's some winners. All right. By the way, who thinks that this is going to make money in testing? All right. Some people say yes. Some people say no. Someone says no chance. All right. Let's have a look. We'll run it through to the end. Oops. And you can see here for a first run through, I mean, that's been able to make some money. Okay, so we've only done it at a very small size at 10 cents a point, which is basically the smallest size that you can trade. But we've definitely been able to make some money, which is a really good start. What we do from here is we actually build the model up, and then we can add different things to it, like trailing. We can actually build that 75% of the range, or different ideas that we have. But we just want to first find out, is it able to make some money, and should we continue working on it? To me, I think that looks pretty good. I'll show you what we do. So here we actually don't really use MT4 for testing because we've got our own testing engine, and that's available to our clients as well. You can see here this is our tester called EA Tester. I'm going to run the test in EA Tester. So I'll do it. The really cool thing about EA Tester is that you can test on multiple products and time frames at the same time. So with MT4, you're only able to test on one product or one time frame at a time. And then with EA Tester, apart from a whole heap of other features, it lets you test on multiple markets at the same time and really quickly. So what I'll do, I'll actually pick gold, which is what we did before, and I'm also going to pick the pound, which I think it will probably work on. We've got data in here, so depending on what product, we've probably got at least sort of 5 or 6 years worth of 1 minute data, or I think maybe even tick data for most of the products. But we'll run it on the daily, and where we're going to start it from, I'm going to try and keep it pretty similar to the other test that we did, just so you can compare. And we're going to go till the 1st of June 2018. At the moment we have data up till mid-June 2018, but we're going to update that pretty soon. But to be honest, it doesn't really matter. We're just really trying to find out, can this strategy, does it have some potential to make money? Then what we can do is, I'm actually going to change this one. I think I'm going to try a little bit bigger take profit and see if that works. We'll have a little go. What you can do, the really cool thing with this is, like I said, you can test 2 products at the same time. So it's relatively quick, okay? As you can see, there's 2 different products. There's the results for gold, and there's the results for the pound, okay? So both of them were definitely able to make money. Gold actually performed a little bit better, and that's both with exactly the same settings. What you're going to find is different markets actually do have different settings. Okay, so Marcus says, does it work with custom indicators? It does work with some custom indicators. Okay, so there we go. So there we can see both the charts together. The really good thing as well is that we have different views, so you can view just one at a time if you want to. You can view it this way, and then you can also view the pound, so you can view them separately. You can highlight different sections and zoom in and all that kind of stuff as well. All right, we'll bring that back out. Some of the other really cool things we can do is we can obviously go and look at the trades, similar to what you can do on MT4. So Alexander says he's actually a client. He says he hasn't seen it, and he says it's good. Of course it's good. We use it every day. We're actually in the process of building a lot of other tools that we're releasing to you guys. We do use the tools in-house, but they're not all in a format that are sort of ready to use for people. So you can see the trades and everything on the chart, same as MT4. See if we can find some trades in there. There we go. So we've got the trades on there. You can change the colors and all that kind of stuff as well. The other cool feature that I think is really good in here is what you can do is, this is my favorite thing. Once we go to, we've got both of the results here. We can actually select both of these results. So we'll select the pound, we'll select gold. We can actually push them to another one of our tools called EA Analyzer. So you can see that's pushed there. And again, all these tools are available to clients. Here's EA Analyzer. I just probably need to refresh it. All right, so there's those two reports that I just did. So they're now in EA Analyzer. I didn't have to do anything. The pound and gold. So there they are. And what you can actually do is you can make up a portfolio of these two to see what would happen if you trade multiple products at the same time, which of course is what we do with over 50 models and many different products. So it looks a little bit like this. So if we go to reports, I've got many different things in there. It's going to be these two. We can create a portfolio. It's going to be this one. We're going to call it gold and pound. And then what we're going to do is we're going to simulate running these together on a $10,000 account. So with MT4 it tests on 10,000, and 10,000 is a good way to sort of calculate. It's a nice round number. We can see what it looks like. So if we were to run these two together, what we would have had is, it's just calculating. This is what the equity curve would have looked like. We would have had 10% P&L with a really low drawdown, which is pretty cool. Just to give you guys a bit of an idea, I put some together earlier from a few more different products, but all the same strategy. So same strategy, you can actually see in there what's in there. It's just calculating. Whoops, 1 second, sorry about that. There you go. You can see the products that are in there. So there's one 4 hour in there, and actually we did one on the 1 hour just to see what it would look like on the euro. But most of them were daily. Okay, so we can see that if we would have run that on $10,000, you can see the results there. Gets a TradeView score of 100. It is out of 100, so they don't all equal 100. You need to build with some strict criteria that we look for in our models to get the score up there around 100. So basically, that's what you can do. That's the model I just showed you. So I mean, who would like to trade something like that? Yeah, I thought so. All right, most of the guys out there, we've got a lot of people that said they definitely like to trade that. Fantastic. All right, that's great. Okay, let me continue. So that's basically the process that we do. We build stuff, we test it, and then we analyze it. And you can see I was able to do that in probably 5 minutes or so. Fantastic. A lot of people say it looks reasonably easy to build. Look, it is actually pretty easy to build once you know how to do it. Okay, so we can get anybody to do that, I'd probably say, in less than a week. And we give people unlimited support to do it. All right. So some advanced strategies you can trade. Look, with swing trading, the strategy is always, it's very similar. You're looking to try and find those highs and lows, and then, take some kind of a reversal trade based on that. But there's many different ways you can enter. One of the ways that is a little bit more involved are Gartley patterns. So with Gartley patterns, what they are is they're a harmonic chart pattern. I don't know if you guys have ever used harmonic chart patterns before. We'll show you some in a sec. What they are is they're based on Fibonacci numbers and ratios. What they do is they help you to identify market highs and lows, and therefore they're very useful for swing trading. Now, tell me if you guys have seen these kind of things before. So this is a bullish Gartley. So this is where you would take your swing trading entry. And this is a bearish Gartley. So again, here is where you would take your swing trading entry on the sell side. Okay, so a few people there have definitely tried to use these. Fantastic. Now, as we said, these can give you some very, very good swing trading entries. Now, I'm actually not, I've used this kind of stuff before, but I wouldn't say that I'm the master of Gartley patterns and these type of Fibonacci-based patterns, but we do have somebody available who is, and he's going to be at our next webinar, which is a main event, a special main event that goes for 2 hours. So Larry Pesavento is the gentleman I'm talking about. Basically what he's done is he uses harmonic patterns, things like Gartley patterns and many others, and he's improved upon them over his many years of trading. And the way he's done that is through the use of some additional Fibonacci ratios and then adding further definition to these structures. And what we're going to be doing is we're going to be automating one of Larry's models in a special event webinar in March. So I'm going to bring that up in just a second because we actually, if you remember at the start, I said we're going to have a special guest. I'm going to try and grab Larry, who's in Phoenix, Arizona, in the US, and I'm going to try and bring him onto this webinar. So I'm going to do that in just a second. But while we're trying to organize Larry, I'm just going to let you know that not only are we doing the special event, which we will come to, but we're also going to be in Hong Kong in March. So if you're in Hong Kong, we've had a few people from the last webinar that are going to come. We're going to be doing an event called Analysis to Automation, and it's going to be like a live version of the webinar that we're doing on March 13th. So if you're in Hong Kong, definitely let us know. You might want to come to that. And then before I bring Larry, we're just going to try and get him on now. So Larry, get yourself ready. I did say I had a special offer, and basically this is the special offer. So with our programs, we'll teach you how to build your own automated systems. And we've been saying this, we said it last year if you came to the webinars, but we're now increasing the price on the programs. They, in fact, have actually increased, okay? So what we have is we have an online systems building program, and on that you'll learn the tools and techniques that we use here on the desk, and you're going to learn how to build your own automated systems. What we're going to be doing is we're going to give you access to 90 working models and functions in via video that you can build. It's in the Plus program that we'll show you, and this is the program that you need to complete if you want to actually trade for us. So it's a serious program. Anyone is able to do it, but just to let you know, our prop traders actually complete it in order to sit on the desk. Now, like I said, this is the last chance because the prices have already increased. I'm just going to pull something up quickly. I won't spend too much time on this, but I do definitely want to give you guys the opportunity. They now have increased. So they used to be $14.50, and now they're $19.90 for the full program. And now we've also split it so that you can get the basic systems building program, which shows you how to build your own automated systems for $9.90. And if you want to actually get the videos, you can purchase them separately for $14.50. So this one is 11 units of content. You will build automated systems and get access to all the tools. This one also gives you the videos to show you how to build over 90 models and concepts. And if you want to get both of them together, it's the Online Systems Plus. So it's $19.90, and that gives you access to the videos plus the actual 11 units of content. So bear in mind that's what the programs are. Now, let me just show you. So this is what we're going to do for you guys. So $9.90 is the normal one for the Systems Building program, and $19.90 for the Systems Building Plus. So the Systems Building Plus has the videos. The Systems Building just has the content showing you how to build models. So both are really good. One has the videos, one doesn't. Now, the normal pricing, as you saw there, is $9.90 for the Systems Building Workshop, or for the Systems Building Workshop Plus is $19.90. So you can see them there on the website. Now, also with these programs, you need to also purchase a software and support subscription. And what they give you is access to the software. So those tools we showed you tonight, EA Lab, EA Analyzer, and EA Tester. So that's everything you need to build really good quality models. And with the support, we'll give you unlimited support. So I want to stress that it's unlimited. You can call us 100 times a day and we'll help you support to build your own models. So you need to get that. It's $99 a month, and there's no fixed subscription. So you're not locked into anything. It's $99 a month. As long as you keep paying that $99, then you're going to keep getting unlimited support. So they're the normal prices. Okay, what we're going to do, all right, basically for tonight and until the end of the 28th of February is instead of $9.90, you're going to be able to start building your own systems for $495, okay? So that's literally half price. And then for the Systems Building Plus, if you want the videos as well, then you're going to get it for $9.95. So half price on that as well. So we really just want to give you guys a last chance to get in at a great rate before the new prices stick. I mean, technically they're stuck now. If you ring us up after the offer, they will be the prices, $9.90 and $19.90. But if you want to take up the special offer, then you can get them for half price. To give you a bit of an idea, the Systems Building Workshop Plus last year was $1,450. All right, what was basically what you would have got for that. So now it's only $9.95. And if you want to buy it now, it's $19.90. The reason it went up is because we do one video every week. So, we've got more and more content in there, and it was about time the prices went up. So that's your deal for tonight. It's half price on either of the programs, plus you need to get your software and support subscription. You get prompted to do that when you make the purchase. It's $99 a month, no fixed contract. Now what it is it ends 28th of February or after 20 have been purchased. Now there's a lot of people on this webinar tonight, so if you want to get it, it ends the 28th of Feb, which is the end of tomorrow, but I reckon the 20 will go tonight. So if you want it, don't muck around. Alexander says he's a client. He says we'll have to pay additional money. No, existing clients get exactly the same. Nothing changes. So if you're an existing client, you still get access to all the videos and everything else. If you have access to them now, we don't charge you anymore. If you want to be a new client, then my suggestion is buy it now before the prices go up. Okay, because it's literally half price. So 20 available or the 28th of Feb. I'm pretty certain the 20 is going to go before the 28th of Feb. So if you want to do that, I'm going to give you the link to do it now. All right. So there's the link to go and purchase it. So that will take you to the page that I went to. So you need to go to either Online Systems or Online Systems Plus, which is here. So Online Systems Plus. Oops. Buy now, or this one's Online Systems. Buy now. You got to go to one of them, whichever one you want, and then you need to put in a discount code, and I'll give you the code. And there we go. So that's what it is. $4.95 or $9.95. It's a monthly subscription. You get billed $99 per month. You can cancel anytime, and it includes free member portal upgrades, which also is very important. That's what Alexander was asking about. What happens is that basically, when we upgrade, you still get access to everything that's in there. We've got a couple other tools that are in there as well. I'll grab Larry in a second, but if you want to hang around, I might even show you what it looks like in the member portal and a bit of a look at what the videos sort of look like, because it's really good content. So here's your code that you're going to need. You need to put that in at the checkout. I'm going to post that in there. So you need this code here. So let me know if you don't get it, but there's the code you're going to need to enter at the checkout to make the purchase. All right, now, without any further ado, what I'm going to do is I'm going to just pop this up here. 1 second. I think it is actually. Let me find it. It's on here. This is the special webinar event. So while Larry's talking, I'm just going to give you the link to register for this event. So what it is it's actually free for people who have an existing IC Markets account. So you just need to put your IC Markets account number if you already have one, and then that will reserve your spot. So you definitely need to register for this one. The spots will fill up. It's going to be a 2-hour special event with Larry presenting. So I'm going to grab Larry for a second just to introduce himself so you know what's going to be coming, but you definitely need to register for that. And if you're not an IC Markets client, you can either choose to buy a ticket for $79 because it is a premium event, or you can just open an IC Markets account. It's up to you. I'm sure most of you guys are already account holders, so just enter your account number in there. So this is a very special webinar. What we're going to do is we're going to be automating some of Larry's trading strategies. Okay, we're going to give you a special pattern recognition indicator that we've used here. All right, based on some of the patterns that Larry trades. So definitely do not want to miss out. The registration is closing soon, March 13th, 7:30 to 9:30. So there it is. I'm just going to pop the link in as well. So that's to register. And now I'm going to bring Larry on. So let me see if I can find Larry. Let me see if I can do this. 1 second. I'll just put myself on mute and I'll grab Larry.
guess I'm online, right? Broadsword to Danny Boy. Broadsword to Danny Boy. Come in,
Welcome.
Danny Boy.
Hey, welcome, Larry. How you doing? Can you hear me?
Eddie, yes, I can. Thank you. What a great presentation you gave. I really enjoyed it very much. I don't watch too much on the internet, but that was very, very interesting. In fact, I've spent a great deal of money over the years on automated systems at about 10 times what you're charging. So I enjoyed it. You did a great job. Anyway, I
Hey,
appreciate it.
thanks, Larry. you're the most grateful guy I know. I really appreciate that coming from somebody like yourself. So somebody who's got a lot of experience in the markets, and I really appreciate the compliment. So thanks, mate. Appreciate it.
Well, you deserve it. Anyway, I'll get started here. I don't want to take too much of your time, but basically, what I do is I do pattern recognition swing trading. I don't hardly do any day trading at all. Sometimes I've been doing some tonight because I had to keep myself awake waiting for the program here. But basically, this is a weekly chart here of the euro. And as you can see here, I basically look at these larger ABCD type patterns. I also look at these patterns like this, which is a 3 drive to a top pattern. Here's a 1-3-5 pattern where you have perfect symmetry. All this is based on the numbers of sacred geometry, of which the Fibonacci sequence is part of. The problem that most people have with Fibonacci is that they don't understand it, that the fact it doesn't stand alone, it has to be used in the combination of multiple swings. This is a weekly chart, and basically what I'm going to be showing you here is what's been happening since 2013. You'll see we made a high, came right down to a major fib point right here, made a beautiful A, B, C, D pattern right here. See, the market only does 3 things. It does A, B, C to the downside, it does A, B, C, D to the upside, and sometimes it goes sideways. But your job as a pattern recognition trader is to determine what that happens to be. Now, you notice that the high that we made here exactly 61% of this move right here, as was this one right here. So if you look at the low, there was a perfect 61% retracement. What I'm going to do here is walk you through from a weekly down to a daily and then down to an hourly or half hour and to see what we are. But here's the daily chart that we're looking at. This is that 61% retracement on the downside. There's the 61% retracement on the upside that we looked like on the weekly. And then if we move down to an hourly chart, you can see some of these patterns that we look at. Now, this is just since November, and these are very tradable patterns. You'll notice these A, B, C, D patterns that we see all the time in here. These are perfect, by the way. If you measure your AB leg and measure your CD leg, you'll see that they come very, very close. And this is what the market does all the time. It's either going up, down, or sometimes it's going sideways. And we've been in a trading range from the 115 to the 1. But you have to look for these other patterns. Here's that 3 drive pattern that we're looking at. Well, if you're swing trading, this is a big swing here between 114 and 125. That's $2,500, and it only took 2 weeks. So these are the kind of things that we like to look at. So let's take a look at where the euro is right now.
Hey,
We
Larry.
made this beautiful. Yeah,
Hey, Larry.
go ahead.
You know what? I could listen to you all night, but I don't want you to give too much stuff away because I want everybody to come and see it in the webinar on the 13th. So
Okay.
I can tell you're getting pretty excited. Me too. I reckon there's some really good stuff there.
I've only been doing this since 1959.
That's a little while. So
Yeah.
you know what? I tell you what, you can definitely hear that you know your stuff inside out. So I'm really looking forward to doing this event with you on the 13th. I would actually personally, when we get offline, we can talk about this a little bit more. But I want everybody who's out there to really appreciate what you're doing, and thank you as well for coming. It's what time is it in Phoenix?
It's 2:35 right now
AM.
in the morning. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So it's
That's not unusual. When you're old, you have a tendency to get up in the middle of the night for many different things. But
trading.
okay, yeah, well, trading, yeah. Well, I don't do too much in the middle of the night, that's for sure. I have none tonight just for fun, but just to stay awake. But I really enjoyed your program, Eddie. You did a great job. I'm looking forward to seeing you in Hong Kong, so that'll be fun.
Thanks, Larry. I really appreciate it. Sorry to cut you short, but I thought, some
No,
great
no,
stuff
no
there.
problem. No
Really looking
problem.
forward to seeing you on the 13th.
Okay,
I'll see if I can get myself back as a presenter. So if I cut you off, sorry about that. I'll chat to you.
no problem.
I'll chat to you quickly once I jump off. But I'll grab the guys back. Thanks again. Look forward to working with you on the 13th.
That's a big 10-4. See you later.
Thanks, Larry. Catch ya. All right, guys, have you got me back again? All right, am I back again? All right, great. Thanks very much to Larry for coming on so late or early in the morning over there in Phoenix. Guys, there it is, March 13th, 2019. Like I said, I didn't want to keep Larry on there for too long. I really want you guys to come to the main event on March the 13th. All you need to do, if you've got an IC Markets account, just go to this site. I'll post you the link again, but that's there in your chat. And you can get to see Larry speak for 2 hours. I tell you what, I've got a feeling he might even go a little bit over. So he's got plenty of information to share. So if you've got an IC Market account, just enter it and register now. If you don't, either buy a ticket or, even better still, just open an IC Market account and then it's free. So that's the special event on the March the 13th. And then again from us, last chance to get a 50% discount on our workshops. So there's the code 49D1B2. If you'd like to contact me, here's my details. I'm going to post them in here as well. All right, so there's my details if you need to get in touch. And basically, guys, thanks very much for attending. I really appreciate having you here. Hope you really enjoyed the webinar, learned a bit more about swing trading, and I hope you're all looking forward to the special webinar with Larry on the 13th. Again, I didn't want to give too much away from Larry's end or from my end. I really want to save it for the main event. So looking forward to seeing you then. Hey, jump online if you've got any questions about this offer. Here it is again. We've got a live chat on the website, so one of the traders will be able to help you out. There's only 20 available, so I would definitely hop on now rather than wait, because I think 20 will definitely go tonight at that price. So it's under $500 to get our online systems building program. That program was $1,450, and now you can get it for under $500 until the end of 28th of Feb, which is tomorrow, or till we've sold 20. So there it is again. There's the prices. That's what they were. You got the code. I'm going to leave it up there for a minute or so, and then I'll see you guys on the 13th. Thanks very much for watching.